Imagine yourself several inches taller than you are right now. And if that doesn't seem possible to you, then I have some news. You've been lied to about your height. And before you click off because you think I'm crazy, at 18 years old, I was 5'8". In my early 20s, I was 5'9". But by doing what I'm about to share with you, I've been able to grow 2 more inches at 30, and I intend to keep growing. See, this isn't another how to grow taller video where I'm some 6'7" guy telling you to stretch, buy my supplements, enroll in my program. I'm going to give you everything I did, and by the end of this video, you're going to learn a few things to implement for how to get taller at any age. So with that said, let's get straight into it. While your parents' genetics do influence your height, it does not entirely dictate the outcome of how tall you'll grow. For example, you might see 2 biological twins that are completely different heights. You may have experienced something like that in your family where your height differences are all over the place. Like in my family, my mother is 5'4", and my father's 6'3". I got stuck in between. And me and my siblings, they're all different heights. So how is this possible? See, a crucial aspect they don't tell you is that your hormones and your lifestyle, which you can improve, play a large role in your height also. This is called epigenetics, which is the science of how lifestyle and environmental factors can turn on and turn off gene expressions. So in a sense, you have the ability to rewrite your DNA. While it might be only to a degree, it is still able to be rewritten. And you do this with your diet, your lifestyle, things you choose to not eat and consume that prevent growth, things you eat that can help growth, and many other methods that affect gene expressions. See, a lot of us are meant to be a lot taller than we actually are. The thing is, we just haven't done the necessary work in order to earn it. So make sure you watch through this entire video as I'll be sharing everything I did to go from 5'8" to 5'11". First, let's talk about growth plates. We need to knock out any misconceptions. Doctors say that your growth plates close around puberty, but that's not true at all. Growth plates function just like your muscles do. So as I just mentioned, your growth is also determined by your hormones and also adaptive response to stress on your growth plates, meaning that the more pressure you apply to this cartilage, they are stimulated to grow back thicker and stronger to adapt to whatever you're doing, just like tearing down your muscles causes them to grow back stronger. See, there's something called Wolff's Law, which explains that bones grow and remodel in response to the forces placed on them. So that means by applying stress, weighted pressure, this will stimulate the growth plates to continue growing even beyond puberty. It's adaptive. So forces such as weightlifting, power sprinting, jumping, adding force to your bones, which is why weightlifters and powerlifters typically have denser bones than the average person. And also why basketball players or anyone who did a lot of sports involving a lot of jumping, they're almost always much taller. It's because of the constant force applied to their growth plates. So height can become an adaptation. And then now we have nutrition. This should go without saying, but first focus on the quality of your foods. Since setting the intention of trying to grow taller, I've opted out for mainly organic whole foods, making sure to eat enough meals, really just focus on the quality of what I eat. You gotta eat good healthy foods and not the bad ones, because most people are eating junk, empty calories. So while they might be eating more food, they're not eating enough nutrients to grow, and they're eating stuff that prevents them from reaching their maximum height. So this means eating a good amount of high quality protein, grass-fed beef, pasture-raised chickens and eggs, wild-caught seafood, making sure to incorporate healthy fats like grass-fed butter, avocados, walnuts, natural almond butter. I've also been eating a lot of hydrating raw foods, a lot of organic fruits, raw juices. Most of the juices on the shelves are cooked as shit. Like, to think that the bacteria in orange juice is gonna fucking hurt you is bullshit. I also try to have a lot of raw salads with dark leafy greens, cucumbers, onions, garlic, and then just add some sweet potato in the mix for extra carbs. I even started including raw milk. And the thing with raw milk is it's full of bioavailable minerals and enzymes to help you grow. And the issue with milk today is the pasteurization process. They cook it, so they're killing the good bacteria, and what you're drinking is essentially denatured, is dead bacteria, causing everyone to be lactose intolerant because it becomes harder to digest. So if you do get raw milk, make sure you're getting it from quality farms with grass-fed cows. The point is to have a healthy, well-balanced diet of quality foods, avoid the seed oils as these tank your hormones for both men and women, and of course remove the processed sugars, the artificial food. Just really focus on the quality. You know, you want to have a cheat meal or eat out every once in a while, that's fine. But do your best to eat at home or find quality organic restaurants that don't use seed oils. So in summary, eat quality foods, avoid junk void of nutrients, and make sure you have healthy fats that help produce so many of the hormones needed for growth. Which leads me to my next part, boosting your human growth hormone. So this part of the video is one of, if not the most important part, because if you can get this done along with all the other steps, then you're sure to notice some improvements in not just your height, but your overall quality of life. Now, human growth hormone is produced by your pituitary gland, and it acts on many parts of the body to promote muscle and bone growth, including your body composition and your metabolism. So it's crucial to maintain optimal levels, not just for your well-being, but to maximize our high potential. First and foremost, the most important thing is sleep. And before you get upset saying, I've been sleeping for 30 years, hear me out. This is where the majority of your human growth hormone production takes place. The recovery, not just from muscle repair, but growth also. But the thing is, it's not just making sure you get 8 to 10 hours like everyone on YouTube says, but making sure you get a deep quality sleep in the right environment. This means avoiding blue light at least 2 hours before bed. And you see electronics suppress the production of melatonin, the hormone that regulates your sleep and wake cycles. So when you have lights on, it signals to your pineal gland that it's still daytime, and that suppresses the melatonin levels and dramatically reduces the quality of your sleep. Melatonin is being released from the pineal gland. It's a very important gland in your body. It's shaped like an almond located right in the center of your brain, right in between your eyes. It has light receptors, which is why they call it the third eye. So it's very important that you sleep in the dark. For example, if you sleep with a TV on or a night lamp, what happens is the pineal gland senses that light around it, and it will mistake it as daytime. And because of that, it's not going to be releasing melatonin to its full capacity. So make sure you're sleeping in complete darkness. If you see a small little blue light, take it out. You don't want your room to have any type of lights in it. You want it to be dark as possible. And the hack I did to keep my room dark as possible was to get blackout window shades. And the first thing I did, which is much cheaper, is you can just get cardboard boxes, cut them out to fit your window, and put those behind the blinds. Realistically, you're not going to be in complete darkness for 2 hours every night before bed. So an alternative to that blue light would be red light. This is the lowest on the UV spectrum, and it actually helps your circadian rhythm. So what you can do is add a red light bulb on your night lamp before you go to bed, say when you're reading, and assuming you need to use your phone, let's say you need it for work, because you should not be mindlessly scrolling before bed. No social media, none of that. Get a book, right? But if let's say you need to use your phone, you can also adjust your phone settings to have a red light mode where your entire screen goes red. It's gonna be much easier on the eyes, and it'll help your melatonin production also. Now, one last thing about sleep is to make sure you're not having meals 2 hours before bed. You don't wanna have any liquids an hour before either. You want your sleep to be focused on rest and repair, not digestion. You don't wanna have to be waking up in the middle of the night to go pee or whatever. You want deep, undisturbed, quality sleep. Now, the next thing is gonna be the importance of sunlight. Studies show that it literally improves romance, it increases your sexual desire, it increases your hormones. Think about that. The majority of people are vitamin D deficient. Surely the thing that sustains all life is good for our bodies. I will not get into all the benefits about sunlight, as there's literally an insane amount, but just be outside. I know for a fact it helped me grow taller. And it doesn't matter if it's direct sunlight, even if you're in the UK. If you know it's daytime outside, there's more sunlight than you think. You'll still be absorbing the sun's UV rays. And another thing I did is I would literally sit outside naked. Some of the apartments I've lived in have been shaped perfectly where I can just create a private sect and semi-privates. And if you think that's goofy, you don't have to do it, but honestly, it's your loss. It works. Next is high intensity sprints. There are studies showing that high intensity sprints, or sprinting at full speed, can boost your human growth hormone over 700%. I recommend doing full sprints in several intervals of 30 seconds with 5-minute breaks in between. And you just want to give it your fucking all. Like, make sure you stretch before and after. And then we have the sauna. This was a major one for me. Incorporating a 30-minute sauna sesh 3 to 4 times a week doesn't only help muscle recovery, body composition, blood circulation, cognitive function, a bunch of benefits, but it also increases your HGH also, as much as 300%. So do not sleep on the sauna, man. When you have adequate and proper amounts of testosterone, it's extremely anabolic to the body, which is why you see so many men continue to grow even past their 20s. Modern society has literally fucked our hormones to where the average 20-year-old has less testosterone than his grandfather. So if you can do everything in your power to avoid these things that mess up your hormones and incorporate what does regulate your hormones, you'll not only feel your best, but you might just grow taller also. So now on to movement. Look, we've talked about high intensity sprints, weightlifting, playing sports that require a lot of jumping. What else can we do? Something else I've noticed dramatically improved both my height and my posture. We're doing arm hangs. Make sure you hit the pull-up bar. Hanging on the bar will help you stretch your spine, allowing you to maximize your full adult height so you can stand a couple inches taller. So you might have heard that you're tallest in your morning. And this is because throughout the day, the fluid in the intervertebral disc in your spine gets compressed due to gravity and throughout your daily activities. Now when you sleep, the disc have a chance to rehydrate and expand, causing your spine to slightly lengthen back to its original state. However, that sleep alone isn't always enough. So if you do arm hangs, and yes, do more stretching, be more flexible. These will help your spine get longer, thus fixing your posture and making you taller. So do these a few times a week, shoot, I'd say every day if you can. Really feel your spine decompress when you're doing it. Don't do any weird movements, just allow your body to stretch naturally. Even mainstream studies will confirm that this works, because so many of us have developed bad posture from our modern lifestyles. You're always breaking your neck, looking down at your phone, you don't get enough movement, you don't get enough sunlight. And that leads me to say this, stop slouching. I've seen so many people, regardless of their height, with horrible posture, always looking down, slumped forward. It just doesn't look good. You look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. So stand up straight, chest out, shoulders back, and look forward. You'll for sure look a couple inches taller. Now let's talk about supplementation. So of course, having key minerals in your diet would be crucial for your overall growth, which is why your diet is most important. So do your best to get these from your foods first. The supplements are just a stack to add on to it. Don't think you can cheat with supplements while eating like shit. Number 1 is boron. It's the forgotten mineral, which is crucial for your bones and overall growth. It's naturally found in dried fruits and the earth. This stuff is amazing. There's multiple studies showing that this stuff helps grow your bone density, boost testosterone, and also works synergistically with vitamin D and magnesium, which are all regulators of calcium that is stored in your bones. Next one would be collagen. Again, you would want to source this with a quality grass-fed collagen, but this is essential for bone growth as it can increase your bone density and improve your bone health also, and thus help you grow taller and maintain your height. And then last, a great alternative, especially if you're plant-based, would be green powders such as spirulina and wheatgrass. These are extremely rich in vitamins, minerals, and amino acids. It has potassium, zinc, phosphorus, vitamin A, C, K, E, the whole freaking alphabet. So beyond switching to a whole foods diet of quality proteins, carbs, and fats, I have these supplements to make sure you're getting all the right vitamins and minerals. And lastly, stop comparing yourself to others. It's all good if you're not as tall as you'd like to be. If you implement everything in this video, you'll not only cultivate a healthier, more disciplined version of you, but I'm sure you can grow taller even if it's just slightly. And most importantly, make sure you focus on the great qualities you do have. And focus staying in shape, having a great attitude. You can be 5'4" with a 6-foot personality. It's all about your energy first and foremost. Work towards being successful in things you really care about, and work towards being the best version of yourself in every way you can. Alright guys, that's it for how to get taller naturally. If you found this video useful, make sure you drop a thumbs up, share it with a friend who could benefit, rewatch it as often as you need to, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.